Just getting things going here. Give me a minute. Twitch will be up and going here in just a moment. And we should be able to get everybody else accommodated here pretty well. See if I can tune down the audio by just a little bit there. I have to do everything myself, so unfortunately it takes a little bit of time to get things done. All right, looks like we are online and going. So again, for tonight, welcome to News 12's Weather Overtime. Your opportunity to ask questions as to what's going on with the weather across much of the area, and if there's anything out there that you want to ask about that we do not know about, we'll be glad to, again, let you know about that, point you in the right direction at the very least. It is Thursday night. We do not have much going on, again, for tonight. Things are going to be very quiet into overnight, and for most of Friday, we were expecting some rain mixed with snow. That has changed by just a little bit. Add to the fact that we now have much more in the way of winter weather expected to hit the area, and we'll talk more about that coming up here in just a little bit. So give me a second here to let you see what the picture of the day was all about. Beautiful one for today. Nice view again of the area around Cleveland, Tennessee, brought to you by News 12 viewer Chris Dean. Thanks very much for a very nice picture for our HEP Heating Weather Window picture of the day. If you've got pictures, again, please let us know what you've been seeing out there. We'd love to take a look at them. If you would please be so kind to drop them by at our website. You can drop them by our social media pages, or again, you can go to wdef.com or pictures at wdef.com, and yours could be the next HEP Heating Weather Window picture of the day. So thank you very much for sending those in. Almanac page for today, again, we managed to make right at 40 degrees. That's a good 10 to 12 degrees below normal for this time of the year. So could definitely, again, use a little bit of rainfall. Not going to be seeing that anytime soon. Golf weather tomorrow. If you want to head out on the course, you might be able to get a little bit of activity in, maybe a round or two out there. But it's going to be the weekend that is not going to be pleasant. Much colder weather, possibly by some 20 degrees cooler on Saturday. So again, outdoor activities would probably be a good idea to keep them indoors as we go into the weekend itself. Currently looking at downtown, and again, very quiet numbers for right now. Winds, not much tonight. American flag, not really waving at all across much of downtown on the EPB Fiber Optics WeatherCam network. Looking south and west from the News 12 studios, Broad Street, back over toward the St. Elmo neighborhood, and you can see again the lights up on top of Lookout Mountain. Nice view going on up there. Very, again, good visibility for tonight. We're just not picking up much of anything. North and south towing camera there. Speedy's Total Car Care camera looking at the Tennessee River, looking upstream on the Tennessee River with the Veterans Memorial Bridge at the Chattanooga Theater Center. And one more quick view here. Let's take a look at the Chattanooga Zoo webcam. Holtzclaw Avenue at the bottom of your screen. Decently heavy traffic for this time of night on I-24 on Missionary Ridge. So we do have, again, some good visibility taking place there. And one more travel camera here. Let's take a look and see traffic. 2475, everything is moving along. But pretty heavy traffic for tonight. Usually it's a lot lighter than this at this time of the evening. 28, we've managed to make our way below freezing, and could be, again, a pretty chilly night coming up tonight. Not even close to what we're looking at in the course of the near future. Give this graphic a little bit of time to catch up. There's so much data on this particular graphic that it takes a while to play catch up on the buffers, so we should be able to move it around about now. There we go. High pressure off to the east, and also again looking at another storm system on the way. This one is starting to get a little bit stronger. It's, again, air around low pressure rotates counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere. Air around high pressure rotates clockwise. So the two of these working together are going to help to pull more moisture up off the Gulf of Mexico. Now, there's not much of anything going on tonight. You notice a few clouds out there, a few snow flurries up around the Ohio River Valley. Beyond that, there's just really not that much going on for tonight. But it's this that's going to be our next storm system coming on through. Now, we do have the potential, again, of quite a lot going on, so we'll walk you through this again through tonight into tomorrow morning. The storm system gets closer, but not a lot of moisture going on just yet. High temperatures by the time we hit Friday afternoon should be again chilly, high 30s to low 40s. Some moisture starting to make its way in over the plateau and the Appalachians. And then this system moves to the East Coast. And if everything works, this could become a very deep system. Again, the storm system, air swirling around a common center, is that depression in the atmosphere. Well, as that depression gets deeper, like an ice skater folding in their arms, things go a lot faster when that happens, and this could wind up becoming a very strong storm system. So what we may be looking at this point is the potential of this system developing into what is called an atmospheric bomb, or a bomb cyclone. It's a real thing. Again, dropping many millibars in 24 hours, and this could move moisture up and onshore toward the Carolinas and the Virginias, and quite possibly areas east of Chattanooga. That, again, is where we're going to be watching for that potential problem, because that is going to leave behind some pretty good amounts of snow, and then the cold air really begins to set in, looking at some frigid conditions into the weekend, and then starting to kind of make its way out of the picture as we warm up into the early part of next week before our next storm system arrives. Yes, we've got quite a lot going on at this point. Chances of snow were in the forecast for Friday. We've taken them out of basically all of the forecast. This one, it has not updated just yet, so this is old data to where it shows the plateau, North Georgia, western North Carolina, southeast Tennessee, the higher elevations picking up some snow showers by Friday night, and it looks like it will be, again, increasing overnight into and around Saturday morning. We also have the potential of much heavier snowfall east of Chattanooga into the higher elevations here. And just watch this general area as that area of low pressure scoots away. That is where we're going to see the best potential of snowfall going into Saturday. Everything starts to leave the area as we get into early Sunday morning. But if this forecast holds true, east of Chattanooga, Knoxville, Asheville, Johnson City, Morristown, upwards of around the area of Bristol and down into the Carolinas, that is where we could be looking at some pretty heavy snowfall taking place and some much colder weather. Now, this is going to be a very colorful map. Yesterday, this map for winter weather, or any alerts for that matter, was completely and totally blank. There was nothing going on. Now we have about 5 different advisories, watches, and warnings taking place. Into overnight, this could change. We could see upgrades, downgrades, and potential problems out there. But we're going to take this moment by moment and give you an idea as to what we're looking at here in the News 12 viewing area. Starting with temperatures, this again is where we will see the main problem. This will be coming into the area on Saturday. Friday night, Saturday, the cold air really starts to move in, mix with that moisture, and we see in the light blue area, this is a cold weather advisory. Wind chills in the light blue area, southeast Tennessee, western North Carolina, and back into northeast Alabama could be dropping to -5 as we go into Saturday. That's going to be the worst of the worst here for now. We have an extreme cold watch, southeast Monroe County, Tennessee, in the News 12 viewing area, North Georgia. An extreme cold watch means we could be looking at wind chills of 20 degrees below zero as we go again into Friday night, Saturday, and Saturday night, Sunday morning. That is just for the temperatures out there, and these counties will change. The extreme cold watch probably will be upgraded to an extreme cold warning coming up on tomorrow at some point on Friday, I would guess. So that is something that we are really going to be watching. Now, that is the temperatures. Let's switch over to precipitation. Again, the bulk of it should be well back over east of us. We could see some snow in the western 2/3 of the News 12 viewing area. In purple, Bradley, Polk, McMinn, Meigs, and western Monroe counties in Tennessee. This is a winter weather advisory. This is where we will see 1 to around maybe 3 inches of snow possible. And then again, we're watching for the winter storm watch in Georgia to be upgraded to a winter storm warning, which is already taking place in western North Carolina and extreme eastern Tennessee. That is going to be the worst of the worst activity coming up. And these maps also will be upgraded in the course of the next several days. Wrapping things up with a look at your 7-day forecast. It's calm with a few clouds over the Island Cove area tonight. There was some breeze earlier, a bit of a wind chill, but not taking place at this time. Now, for the next couple of days, we've got a lot of changes in the numbers taking place, and this is where we again could see the worst conditions here. Going into Friday night, that's where the snowfall potential is. Windy and colder, going from the 40s on Friday, 20 degrees colder on Saturday, warming up on the numbers into next week. Past Furry Fake Forecaster Day on Monday, we go into around Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, rain changing to snow, possibly a mixture, so we have not just one, but also two winter weather scenarios possibly headed our direction. Making a note for your holiday calendar, again, a true American holiday, National Weather Person's Day is coming up next week, today, February 5th, if you're going to be celebrating that day, which, of course, I will be doing there. That's about it for tonight. Again, that's an update on what we've been expecting across much of the area for the next couple of days. Please be adaptable. Please be weather aware. If you have travel plans, say, east of I-75 and Knoxville, over into the Carolinas, the Virginias, be adaptable and be ready to cancel or postpone plans, because we could be looking at some nasty travel conditions coming up as we go into the weekend. Not much across much of the News 12 viewing area, but we could see again the potential problem out there for a lot of folks who are going to be traveling. So keep it tuned to News 12 and we'll keep you advised on all of that. Chip Chapman has your forecast coming up bright and early on Friday morning starting at 5 a.m. So stay tuned for that. And I'll have more on this winter weather situation coming up tomorrow evening. Thanks for sticking around with Weather Overtime. We'll have more tonight on News 12 at 11 and, of course, at WDEF.com/weather. Thanks for joining us.